I did that in 30 seconds. That is pretty damn amazing. That is pretty goddamn amazing. So, we are going to go to Josh Bernstein. He is going to join us on the old Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney. And, God, I don't know how I did that. I did all that in 30 seconds. Amazing that I was able to do that in 30 seconds. But we are going to go to Josh Bernstein, who is going to join us live. We are moving and a grooving and a shaking and all sorts of craziness happening today, and people calling on top of people. Yes, I've got you, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just wearing my my newest shirt here.
I will have to say, your shirts are fantastic. You always have.
They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. I enjoy it. You know, I've got a new one that I just got, and it says, "I haven't seen Democrats this upset since Republicans took their slaves away."
Wow.
Yeah. I'll be wearing that one this weekend.
Wow. You might have to, on the DL, as the kids say, send me a link. I would love to buy one of those.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to buy one of those. So Josh, I'll have to say that you have one of the most professional setups for a broadcaster that I have ever seen. Your mics, your green screens, all your stuff. You should be damn proud of yourself, baby.
I have to. I mean, you know, I do so many interviews, you know, all day that, you know, how could I do anything else? Because what happens is a lot of times people have a choice. They can either take the green screen out and put in a background or whatever. Yeah. Or they can just leave it green. I mean, whatever they want to do. Or if they want neither, I can pull down a banner that says the Josh Bernstein Show on it. So I've got it all.
You got a little bit of everything. That's awesome. So Josh, we were just before I got you on the Skype here, we were talking in our last segment about this campaign manager that's been replaced. Was that a good idea or a bad idea by Trump?
First of all, let's take a trip down memory lane. In 2016's campaign, he started with Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort was brought on initially just to work on the convention because at that time the whole media and frenzy were talking about a brokered convention for the Republicans. Obviously, that didn't happen. So when President Trump or candidate Trump at that time started to take off and elevate and kind of leave the rest of the pack in the dust, then he turned and he said, okay, well, I'm going to make you my campaign manager. But clearly, Paul Manafort was not campaign manager material. I don't believe he ever ran a campaign before. So he didn't last very long, maybe a month or two. And then he went to someone that he trusted, who's also a great guy and a great patriot, and that was Corey Lewandowski. And Corey ran the campaign for quite a while. They got to a certain point where they thought maybe there was some stagnation there. Maybe he wasn't getting as much higher in the polls as he wanted. And so he made another switch. And don't forget, he won the election with Kellyanne Conway, okay? Now, this is only the first switch. And by the way, Brad Parscale is excellent when it comes to digital advertising and social media and things like that. He really helped the Trump campaign in 2016 win because of that. Yeah. So when he put him into this position, again, he was a novice. He didn't have the experience. I thought he did a pretty good job. But again, as a businessman who President Trump clearly is and how he thinks and reacts is business-like, not political, he realized he needed a shakeup. Again, I don't believe the fake polls. I believe that President Trump is doing fine. But just in case, he felt that maybe the narrative was out there that he was behind, and so he had to make this change. Here's the thing. He'll probably make another one or two more. But the guy that he picked now is actually someone that got Chris Christie elected not once but twice in Deep Blue, New Jersey. So I would say that he would probably have some type of political chops. But we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, they said in 2016 all these changes. Nobody wanted to work for him. He's terrible manager, all these other things. Meanwhile, you know, they lost, we won, and we should be able to do the same thing. And again, if this is not the last campaign manager, I might even be shocked.
Well, see, this is the thing, Josh. We've got Josh Bernstein with us today. He joins us live. He, of course, radio and television host, and just a phenomenal guy. And his T-shirts are always amazing. That's what I always love about Josh. He's always got a great T-shirt every time he joins us. So this thing with these polls, I guess the thing that I don't understand about all this is, didn't we do this the last time? Didn't we have this?
Exactly.
Oh, he's going to get beat.
15 points. Before I get into the polling, something huge happened the other day, and the media's pretty much ignored it. And that is the National Association of Policemen's Organization, or whatever it's called, NAPO.
Yep.
They endorsed President Trump. Now, that is 10,000 retired police officers. That is also 241,000 current on-the-job officers. And it is also another 100,000 people that are not officers but are close to police departments, people that work for police departments, record keeping, bookkeeping, researchers, whatever. And so that's a large amount of people. Now, they normally go with Democrats, although they have kind of split it, because in 2000 they went with George W. Bush, and then in 2008 they went with Barack Obama. Yeah. 2012 they didn't put anybody because they said that neither one, Romney or Obama, was doing anything for the police. So with all this defund the police garbage and all this, maniacal things going on, and the guy being hit on the top of the head from over the bridge, the more they do these things, the better it's going to be for President Trump. And again, this union in particular is a huge union. They have a lot of political clout.
Yes.
And I think it's a big deal.
Well, this is the thing. Trump has always been a pro-cop, pro-law enforcement kind of guy. So I can see them.
You got the Border Patrol and all that.
Yeah, I can see them going in and saying, okay. So these polls, it seems like everybody and their brother. I think the only two people that have not made any comments and don't take these polls seriously are you and Bill O'Reilly. That was it. Everybody else is, oh my God, the polls.
A smart guy too. Look, if you look at these polls, number one, they're suppression polls.
Yes.
They're put out there for a reason, to suppress people's belief, enthusiasm, tenacity, determination, whatever word you want to use for President Trump. And so if they do end up, God forbid, doing a mail-in voting campaign in which it goes through all 50 states, would be absolutely horrible, these fake polls are positioning them so that they can cheat and say, well, look, we already told you because of our fake polls that he was losing by 15, 20 points. So now that we've stole the election, you can't debate the fact that he didn't lose, without any shenanigans going on. So that's another reason why they're doing it. But the other thing is, they did this with Hillary Clinton. They don't ask the right questions. They're usually registered voters, not likely voters. Big difference between the two. And they're always a very small sample size. If you have a poll with 5,000, 10,000, 25,000, 50,000 people, I guarantee you those numbers are going to be 75-25, 80-20, and 85-15 in favor of President Trump. Think about what they're trying to do. They're trying to convince the American people, which, by the way, 34% of actual Democrats already agree that this guy has lost his marbles a long time ago and can't find them.
Yeah.
So when 54% of all voters think this guy's lost his marbles, they're trying to convince the American people that a 77-year-old male corrupt politician who's been in Washington for 50 years, never accomplished anything, is a plagiarist, is a liar, is a possible pedophile, and has completely lost his marbles, is actually beating the most prolific, successful president in our lifetime. I don't see it.
I don't either. I don't either. I could see that if this was Bernie versus Trump, I might be able to see the polls because people really like Bernie. But, once again, people just don't like Biden.
Yeah, and look, I hope Kanye gets into this race. I know he's really not, and he's just kind of, floating around saying he's going to do it. But if he's a write-in candidate, please be a write-in candidate. And all he's got to do is get on, like, let's say 5 states. Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, North Carolina, and Nevada, right?
Yeah.
If he's on even those 5 states, many of the people are going to vote for him instead of Joe Biden. He actually pulls votes away from Joe Biden because, as I hate to say it, I would still say that he would probably get between 80 and 85% of the black vote, even in the situation that we find him in right now in his mental capacity and the whole "you ain't black" and all the other mistakes that he's made. I still think he would get that much. And I think that President Trump, we know that he got 8% in 2016. He was at about 16%, doubled that before all this hit. But you have to understand, they spent 4 months saying that he's a racist and saying all these horrible things and rioting and looting and doing all these things. I think he's lost a little bit of support, not much. I think he's between 10 and 12%. So he has a chance to rebound past that 16%. And if he does that, then Biden doesn't have enough of a base to win. Because if Kanye is on the ballot, and let's say he pulls 10% in some cases, well, then now Joe's only getting 70. And that's just not enough to win, thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, before we let you go, my friend, 2 things. What do you have coming up on the radio and TV programs this week?
Well, I just did a huge expose on TikTok. If you have children, if you have grandchildren, and they are using this app, you need to make sure that they get rid of it completely. And you may want to, if you have the money, get them a new phone altogether. It is extremely dangerous. Every single time that app is downloaded, which, by the way, is the #1 most downloaded app and has now reached 150 global markets.
Yeah.
When you download it, you're automatically taking information and sending it to Beijing's servers, and it's run by ByteDance, which is the parent company of TikTok, which, by the way, is in lockstep with the CCP.
Wow.
It is a national security risk. Get rid of it, and get rid of it immediately.
Holy smokes. How do we support you on Patreon, my friend? How do we do that?
You can go to patreon.com/Josh Bernstein. That's patreon.com/Josh Bernstein, JoshBernstein. And you can go there. You can see my videos. You can support me there. I'm demonetized on YouTube. I've been for almost 4 years. Why? Because I speak the truth, because I expose people and uncover things that people try to hide. So go to patreon.com/Josh Bernstein. And also, if unfortunately you're still stuck in a blue state with a tyrannical governor that won't let you go back to work, and you want to instead look at something like Netflix or whatever, go to Roku and type in The Josh Bernstein Show, hit channel update, and then type in The Josh Bernstein Show, and you'll get all my shows right there as well.
Fantastic. Well, before we let you go, bring us up to speed on AMAC.
Yes, I'm also a national spokesman for AMAC. AMAC is the Association of Mature American Citizens. You can find them at amac.us. And what they are, essentially, is for folks 50 years of age and older. They are a seniors advocacy group that makes sure that healthcare choices and decisions are not run by the government top down, and instead you have more freedom and more choice in your healthcare choices and decisions. So check them out at amac.us, or you can call them toll free at 888-262-2006. Again, 888-262-2006. Tell them you heard about AMAC on the Josh Bernstein, on the Jiggy Jaguar show, sorry. And they'll even give you a free membership for 1 year, no strings attached. Just mention the Jiggy Jaguar program.
Hey, when you say it so long and so much,
and so
it
many
just
times.
Becomes automatic, brother.
I've been doing it for years, and I love the organization. They are incredible folks. Seriously, take advantage of the free membership. Call them up, mention my name, and mention the Jiggy Jaguar program, and they will give you a free membership for 1 year. No strings attached. You don't have to purchase anything. You'll get all kinds of cool things. You'll get magazines. You'll get discounts, all types of great things. So please take advantage of it.
Well, Josh, I appreciate it, my friend. I will talk to you next week. Thank you, brother.
Yes, get me a copy of this, and I'll pop it up.
I will.
On,
I'm going to
my
send
channel.
it. I'm going to send it to you through Skype or whatever here in just a few moments.
Perfect.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Take care. God
There
bless.
he goes, Josh Bernstein, the fabulous Josh Bernstein, and we are going to take a timeout, and we are just off and running. Got more coming up.